Tokyo has two major international airports, but if your flight brings you into Haneda Terminal 3, you're arriving much closer to central Tokyo than passengers landing at Narita. But what actually happens after you step off the aircraft? How do you complete immigration, quarantine and customs? What is Visit Japan Web? Do you currently need a jester? And what's inside Haneda before you leave? All this and more is coming up on today's Haneda Airport Terminal 3 Ultimate Guide. In my Ultimate Tokyo Haneda Guide, I'll be sharing hints and tips with you and guiding you through Tokyo Haneda Terminal 3. I'll cover the arrivals, immigration, transport, airport hotels, shopping, Japanese cultural areas, airside departures, and one of the best observation decks I've ever visited. This is the Where's Martin Ultimate Haneda Guide to Terminal 3. If you're arriving or departing or simply exploring Terminal 3, this video is for you. This leads to immigration, baggage reclaim, customs and the arrivals part of the terminal. The route is clearly signposted in both Japanese and English. Airport staff are also positioned along the way to direct passengers. Before travelling, I strongly recommend registering with Visit Japan Web. It's the Japanese government's official online arrival service. Registering your arrival on here will make it much quicker and simpler when you arrive at immigration. You create a free account, enter your passport and travel details and complete the relevant declarations. Once complete, the system will then generate a QR code which can then be scanned at immigration. This will save the immigration officer having to type all your information in the application if you pre-register. Using Visit Japan Web is absolutely free. I'll pop the official link in the description below. Using Visit Japan Web doesn't guarantee that you'll avoid every immigration queue. However, it removes the need to complete the equivalent paper declarations and can make the arrival process much quicker and smoother. My advice is to complete it before leaving home and save a screenshot on your phone. That way you can still access it if your phone struggles to connect to the airport Wi-Fi. Once you've cleared immigration, follow the signs to baggage reclaim. Collect your luggage and then proceed through customs using the appropriate electronic or staffed customs channel. Before I continue, I need to address some misinformation that is circulated online concerning the arrivals process into Japan. You may have seen many websites or social media posts claiming that travellers already require something called a jester to enter the country. Japan has passed legislation establishing the framework for a future electronic travel authorization system. Jester is not currently operating in 2026 or 2027, and currently there is no official Jester application website. The Jester system is expected to be introduced during the Japan's 2028 to 2029 financial year. That means sometime between April 28 and March 29, although nothing has been confirmed yet. When introduced, Jester is expected to apply principally to travellers who can currently visit Japan without obtaining a visa, including British, European, Canadian and American passport holders. Jester will not necessarily end visa-free travel. Instead, it will provide an electronic authorization which eligible travellers must obtain before departure, very similar to process now in the UK, Europe and the USA. Until such time the Japanese government has launched the Jester service, you have to continue registering on Visit Japan Web and using the normal arrivals process. After clearing customs, you'll step into the public arrivals hall on level 2. If you booked a private transfer, this is where your driver may be waiting for you with your name displayed. You'll find baggage delivery counters, currency service, transport information, tourist information, toilets, showers and a convenience store. If you want to send your luggage directly to your hotel or onwards to another Japanese city, baggage delivery services are available. These are very helpful if you're travelling with children, carrying several suitcases, planning to use busy trains, or arrived early and want to explore the city. Now it's time to decide how you're getting into Tokyo to reach your hotel. And this is where it's important to understand that Haneda Terminal 3 is not directly connected to the Tokyo Metro. Instead, it is served by two main rail services, the Kiku line and the Tokyo monorail. The Kiku line is particularly useful for reaching Shinagawa. From Shinagawa, you can connect with JR services, the Yamato line and parts of Japan's Shinkansen bullet network. The Tokyo monorail connects Haneda with Hamasutsucho. From there you can transfer onto services including the JR Yamato line for other parts of central Tokyo. Airport limousine buses also operate from Haneda to various hotels, railway stations and popular districts throughout the city. These can be useful when the coach stops directly outside or close to your accommodation. A coach journey will take longer, especially during heavy traffic, but it can also remove the stress of carrying luggage through stations and changing between several trains. Taxis and app-based transport services are also available, although these will generally cost considerably more than using the train, the monorail or the limousine coach service. Before boarding a train, check the service type, destination and stopping pattern carefully. Local, express and through services may use the same platforms, but they do not all stop at the same stations. Some Kiku line services continue beyond Shinagawa and on to other railway lines. If you're unsure, ask a member of staff before you board the train. All the staff I encountered were helpful, and it's much easier to ask someone at the airport than discover that you're travelling the wrong way with all your luggage. You can purchase your ticket using cash at the compatible machines, inside the travel counter, or by using your Japanese Suica IC card. After passing the buses and the trains, you'll then arrive at Haneda Airport Garden. This is a large complex connected to Terminal 3 by a covered walkway. It contains restaurants, shops, hotels, a bus terminal, and the Izumu hot spring facility. It feels noticeably calmer than the main terminal. There are no check-in queues, security channels, or departure gates dominating the space. Instead, Haneda Airport Garden is designed around food, shopping, accommodation and relaxation. You'll find larger convenience stores, pharmacies, gift shops and restaurants serving Japanese cuisine. There are also independent businesses showcasing Japanese products. There are several places to sit and rest, making this a useful space if you have arrived early, you're waiting to check into your hotel, or you simply need time to recover after a long-haul flight. Haneda Airport Garden is landside and open to the public. You do not need a boarding pass to visit. We will return to Haneda Airport Garden a bit later in today's video. You do not need to be flying to explore much of Haneda Terminal 3. After the departure hall is Edo Koji, a Japanese themed area designed to resemble the streets from the Edo period. It contains restaurants, cafes and shops, surrounded by traditional style Japanese architecture. This is Terminal 3's most distinctive areas and it can be visited before security. It also means that non-passengers can come here to eat, shop and experience part of the airport. If you're staying over at one of the airport terminal hotels, you can come explore here 24 hours a day. The restaurant prices I encountered were more reasonable than I expected in an international airport. Japan is often described as an expensive destination. Some elements certainly can be, but compared with airports in the UK, Europe and North America, I found everyday food and drink prices surprisingly affordable. I found a small bottle of Sprite that would cost me £4, £5 or £6 in the UK, Europe or North America. It was £1 in 7-Eleven inside Haneda Airport. I found the prices inside the airport were very comparable to what they were in other Tokyo districts. Prices naturally vary between different restaurants and shops, but ordinary meals, convenience store products and drinks can represent significantly better value than many Western airport passengers are accustomed to. If you need to stay overnight, Terminal 3 has several conveniently connected hotel options. The Royal Park Hotel Tokyo Haneda is directly connected to Terminal 3 departure lobby. That makes it one of the easiest options for passengers with an early flight or a late arrival. Inside Haneda Airport Garden, you'll find Hotel Villa Fontaine Grand and the more premium Hotel Villa Fontaine Premier. Both provide easy access to Terminal 3 without requiring an outdoor transfer. The garden complex is also home to the Zumi hot spring facility. Access and charges depend on your hotel packages or admission arrangements operating during your visit. These hotels can be particularly helpful if you have an overnight connection, arrive after public transport is finished, or simply want a stress-free start before an early departure. They may cost more than accommodation farther away from the airport, but you're paying for the convenience of walking directly into Terminal 3. One of Terminal 3's best free attractions is its observation deck on level 5. For plane spotters, aviation enthusiasts or anyone simply wanting to watch aircraft, it provides extensive views across the terminal, stands, taxiways, runways and surrounding airfields. Depending on the operating runway and weather conditions, you can watch aircraft taking off, taxiing and landing. There is seating available, so you can rest your legs, bring a bite to eat, or buy something from the cafe, while you enjoy watching the airport movements. There is also plenty of space for families, although children should naturally remain supervised at all times. During daylight, you can see the different airlines and aircraft using the international terminal. At night, the illuminated terminal, aircraft and runway lights create a completely different atmosphere. If you have enough time, the deck is worth visiting both during the day and after dark. Best of all, admission is free. And because it's located landside, you don't need a boarding pass to visit. Back inside Haneda Airport Garden, the atmosphere feels very different from the main terminal. You can eat traditional Japanese dishes, purchase last minute supplies, visit the pharmacy, or explore the gift shops. If you have several hours before check-in, this gives you somewhere comfortable to spend that time without immediately passing through security. The complex also has its own bus terminal, providing additional connections beyond the airport. Haneda Airport Garden is an attraction requiring an entire day. But combined with Idokoji and the observation deck, it transforms Terminal 3 into somewhere worth exploring rather than simply passing through. Eventually, the sad moment arrives and it's time to leave Japan. Whether you arrive by train, monorail, airport coach, taxi or private transfer, follow the signs for international departures. If you've dropped off at the wrong level, don't panic. Terminal 3's public floors are connected by the lifts and escalators, with the main international departure hall located on level 3. Airline check-in desks are spread across the large departure hall. Check the airport information screens for your airline and desk zone because counter allocations do change. Once you've checked in and dropped off any baggage, follow the signs towards security and outbound immigration. Allow plenty time during busy travel periods. Although Haneda is generally organised and efficient, queues can still develop. The walking distance to some departure gates can also be considerable. After completing security and outbound immigration, you'll enter the international departure area. Terminal 3's airside departure lounge is large, bright and spacious. There is a broad selection of duty-free shopping, restaurants, convenience products and Japanese souvenirs. And of course, there are plenty of opportunities to buy last-minute gifts, including Japan's famous and sometimes unusual Kit Kat flavours. Don't automatically leave every purchase until after security. Some landside shops may provide different products or a larger selection. If you see something particular you want before passing through security, check whether it will be available airside or simply purchase it before passing through the security checkpoint. Terminal 3 contains several airline and independent lounges. These include facilities operated by Japan Airlines and ANA, alongside options such as the Tired Lounge and the Sky Lounge. Lounge access depends on your airline ticket, ticket class, frequent flyer status, eligible payment card, or the individual's lounge paid admission rules. Opening times, access rules and prices can change, so check the latest information before relying on a particular lounge. Dedicated smoking rooms are available at several points inside Terminal 3, including within the airside departure area. What impressed me most about Haneda Terminal 3 was how efficiently the airport combines functionality with Japanese culture. It's still a major international airport. There can be queues, long walks and very busy periods. But the clear signage, public cultural areas, observation deck, food selection, and direct transport connections make the experience easier to navigate. Japanese customer service also stands out. Staff assistance is generally delivered politely and professionally, without the tipping culture travellers may be accustomed to elsewhere in Western countries. You should still arrive prepared, check your route and allow sufficient time. But when you need help, you're never left feeling like an inconvenience when you ask a question. Staff are always warm, friendly and often bow. For arriving passengers, my biggest tips are: register with the official Visit Japan web service before travelling. Save screenshots of your QR codes. Check the visa requirements applying to your own passport. Ignore websites attempting to sell you a Jester before the system officially launches in 2028 or 2029. And decide whether the Kiku Line, Tokyo Monorail, airport limousine or private transfer gives you the simplest journey to your accommodation. If you're departing from Terminal 3, arrive at least 4 hours before departure. This gives you enough time to explore Idokoji, Haneda Airport's garden, grabbing your last Japanese cuisine before passing through security, or enjoying the airfield views from the observation deck. Haneda isn't simply somewhere you pass through on the way to Tokyo. Give yourself enough time and the airport can become the first or your final experience of your Japanese adventure. If you travel through Haneda Terminal 3, share your own experience and tips in the comments below. If this guide has helped you prepare for you arriving or departing from Haneda Airport Terminal 3, please be sure to give it a like. This will tell YouTube this information in this video is very useful and it will push it out to more people who could be visiting or leaving Japan. Do consider subscribing for more destination hints, tips, worldwide investigations and my vlogs from around the world. I've been Martin. Take care of yourself and each other. Thanks for watching and I hope you'll join me in another video in the future.